good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to it, AM 1410 WRMN.
Here we go again.
It is Wednesday afternoon. This is the last Wednesday of the month of November in the year of 2011. Can you believe it? It's going to be December next time you come into the studio.
I know. I can't believe it myself. Where did November go? It was just Halloween.
I know. It just seems like it was yesterday Halloween, and now it's, Thanksgiving's come and gone. By the way, folks, this is the Laura Dion-Jones Show. You guys want to lose weight fast? Get rich quick? Do you want to look young forever just like Laura Dion-Jones? Then listen to the Laura Dion-Jones. She's here to help you, folks. She's here to help you lose weight, get rich, and look young forever. Laura, how you doing today?
I'm doing a lot better than our pal Rod Blagojevich.
Oh, yeah? What happened? I didn't hear.
15 to 20.
15 to 20?
Yeah, right when I was leaving the house.
With the time already spent for
I don't
for
know.
service?
All I saw was the headline. Blago gets 15 to 20 years.
Because he spent 7 years down in
Yes.
Springfield. That should count towards something.
I know. I'm with you.
Okay.
Oh, listen to you.
You know?
Look at you in them verticals. Yeah. We'll have to email the judge.
Yes. And I did wear vertical stripes today because you said it was thinning.
It's very slimming on you.
And I looked at myself on YouTube because you gave me the, and I look huge.
You look adorable.
I look huge.
Well, then take a screenshot of that, print it out,
Okay.
and stick it on your refrigerator, your
no,
bathroom mirror, and your
No,
front
no.
door for those nighttime runs to wherever you go to get the cheese balls.
Yes, that's up the street at J.J. Pepper's.
Uh-huh.
But my niece, Corey, has taught me how to use Adobe Photoshop and thin myself down digitally. So I'm good to go.
Oh, man. What could you do for me?
Well, you look good. First of all, Laura, you wearing jeans today?
For the first time in 20 years, I
that's
have
great.
a pair of black jeans. All my friends are after me. Oh, I can't stand.
Oh, yeah, you can
man.
stand. Come on, there's a YouTube camera.
First
As she
time in
stands
20
up and shows them off. So folks out there listening, you're going to have to watch YouTube. And look,
YouTube.
watch YouTube.
Here I am.
First pair of jeans, and how long has it been?
20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
Just so you know, I'm not supposed to tell you, but just so you know, when you got here, the receptionist, Joe, she comes running to me. She's wearing jeans. She looks fabulous.
No.
Look at her. Yeah, she thinks you look just absolutely. And you do. You look great. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They are black, and they are called, the brand that they are Magic Jeans, and they are called Not Your Daughter's Jeans.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
And they're just incredible. Am I not smiling ear to ear?
Yeah, you sure are.
Pretty soon we're going to be laughing. But you know what? I have so much to talk about today, and I wanted to ask you what y'all did for the big day, but can you give us a quick junk food, the big day of Thanksgiving, what you had to eat, but can you give us a quick recap?
Recap of Thanksgiving Day or junk food?
Junk food, or both. Or is it one and the same?
No, chips and dips.
Okay.
Ruffles with onion dip. I know it's horrible. I ate a good balanced meal with a little bit of everything, but the little bit of everything turned out to be a lot of food. So yeah, I stuffed myself. I'm not gonna lie. I don't lie.
You know what? I loaded up my plate like the old Laura, and I ate half of the food, and I was embarrassed because I wasted so much food. It was like my eyes were bigger than my stomach. And then I was going to say, "Bless me, Father Mike, for I have sinned." There's a picture on my iPhone of my dessert plate from my Thanksgiving dinner, which I snapped, and it's unfortunate that you know what it is. I emailed it to him because I wanted him to pull it up on the screen so y'all could see it, because there were 6 pieces of dessert on there and 1 blob of shrimp and asparagus risotto that was so fabulous on my dinner plate. So no weenie dessert plate for Diva here. She went and took
Sounds like
big.
Thanksgiving to me, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was. So I loaded up, but I only ate 1. I took a couple of nibbles off of 5 pieces, but I only ate 1, and I did eat a second helping of the risotto because it was so fabulous.
But when you say helping, you're talking about like a tablespoon, if even that.
Well, what's a helping to you?
It's like half the pot.
Backloader or backhoe or whatever they call those things that dig up the streets?
Not quite that big, but similar. Similar. You know what I'm talking about. A blop. Nah, a blop is just what's left when it's gone.
No,
Yes.
a blop. So listen. I want to switch gears here. Remember our pal James Finn Garner, that wonderful writer? Mm-hmm. Well, his new book, Honk Honk My Darling, is a veritable scream. He sent me an e-book. He said you will always remember your first, and so he sent me my first for my Kindle Fire. So my very first ebook is
great.
Honk Honk My Darling, and I have to tell you something. I will give you kids a book report as soon as I finish, but suffice it to say that it is one of my nighttime guilty pleasures. Well, one of them anyway. But it is just fantastic.
Can you give us a quick judgment on the Kindle?
Not yet.
Okay,
Because
okay.
you know what? We were just talking about it in the green room. I haven't bonded with it yet. I think for when you're on the go, traveling, flying in the doctor's office or whatever, or you know what the biggest benefit of the Kindle thing is?
Reading
fire?
at night under the sheets so your parents don't know what
Exactly.
you're reading? Yeah, okay.
You don't need a flashlight.
Really? That's great.
Why didn't we think of this when we were kids? I darn near went blind reading all those Nancy Drews underneath the sheets.
We
with
did think about it when we were kids, when we were hiding under the sheets so we don't get caught reading.
That is the number one best thing about this book, the Kindle.
Good,
I take it to bed,
great.
and I read till I fall asleep, and you don't need a light or anything. So, but anyway. And how about, what do we think of Herman Cain cooking his own goose?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think he had help with it.
Yeah, I think so, too.
He looks like a real slick Willie to me, but here's what I have to say. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
Yeah.
Correct?
Is that what you said?
That's what I say.
I thought I've heard that somewhere before.
That's right.
I don't know where, but
It sounds very popular.
so there you have it.
It makes sense, though.
It's in some books.
Just lucky Bill Clinton isn't running again.
I know. I mean, could you imagine?
I could be in trouble.
Anyway, I have a rant. My blood pressure's up, and it's about the obese boy taken from his parents in Ohio. I don't know if you kids have heard about it or saw. Ohio officials take 200-pound boy from mother, 8-year-old kid. He weighs more than 200 pounds. My God. How tall are you when you're 8? Eek.
I don't know.
Anyway, his mother wasn't doing enough to control his weight. The caseworkers considered the mother's inability to get his weight down a form of medical neglect. And the officials said, we had worked very hard with this family for 20 months before it got to this point, said one of the administrators. And here's what I have to say, and you know what I'm going to say. You all had him on the wrong diet for him. Case in point, the kid needs less white starch and sugar carbs. They got him on this diet, that diet, the other diet. They're standing over him with a whip to do his little daily cardio. And guess what? I'm going to send him the book. I'm going to send the family Dr. Jamie's book, No More Fat Kids.
Good.
And the school as well.
And you know what? You're right. I'm going to send everybody mentioned in this article Dr. Jamie's book with a letter giving him a piece of my mind. Start looking at the carbs with these hardcore kids, obese kids who can't lose weight. I know from my experience with Elgin's Biggest Loser and my Commit to Get Fit program, people who struggle on one diet after another, can't lose weight. I talk them into going low carb. I have them consult with a doctor, endocrinologist, and they always lose weight. Is that not right, Valerie? She has seen it firsthand. So that's my rant on that. But let me finish the rant quickly. Joy Bauer, nutritionist for NBC Today, says the old way of telling kids to clean their plates is part of the obesity epidemic. I don't agree. In a way, I agree. We are teaching them to overeat, but we need to provide small portions more often, she said. And I don't think that's always the case, especially for these obese kids. I think we need to cut out the carbs, period. Juices, carrots, and all manner of high glycemic foods. These kids are addicted to white starch and sugar carbs, just like this kid in Ohio is. I could go on and on about this, but you know I'm speaking from experience, and I want to borrow something from our good pal.
Why don't you have that youngster move in with you for a few weeks? That would be a good national story,
wouldn't it?
Yes.
I'd have that kid
Call
shaved
up Joy.
down to 150 pounds by Easter.
A camera in that story would be worth a
Trust
lot.
me on this
That'd
one.
be great.
Little old certified wellness coach me. Anyway, I want to borrow something from our good pal Anderson Cooper.
He's got his own show now.
Oh, I love
Anderson.
him. I love him. But
3 o'clock.
here's the Laura Dion-Jones Show take on his ridiculous. You know his ridiculous that he has on at night? The billboard reads, obesity is a disease, not a decision. Bull. Obesity is not a disease. It is totally a personal decision and totally preventable, but you got to want to prevent it by taking steps to lose weight and get healthy and more fit and giving up those Doritos and all that white starch and sugar and cheese puffs. Right, Mike?
Well, that what you just said is very debatable. We could fill up an entire hour.
I know,
of what you
and
just
I know,
said.
and I'm talking fast because I know we got to get to our guest.
Show, Anderson. You know,
But
Anderson's
who
got
put
the strangest eating habits there is.
But here's he's got the strangest of a lot of habits that
basically
there
only
is.
a few things.
Anyway, here, the billboard, I think, is on I-80 over by Indiana because it was put up by St. Mary's in Hobart, Indiana for their program, Healthy for Life. And go to notadecision.org and give them a piece of your mind because they're giving false information, and that's another one that's going to get a letter from me.
See if Cooper can move in for a few weeks as well. We'll take care of these things.
He's adorable.
He is, too.
Anyway, I want to get our special guests today are the hosts and facilitators of the Elgin Laughter Club, better known as the Elgin Hysterical Society, are with us. Norma Copes and Lempa. will enlighten us on the benefits of laughter versus anti-anxiety drugs. I don't have anxiety. I can't even say it. And laughter therapy. But don't think stand-up. Think how to get and stay happy and healthy through laughter of all fun things.
You're late for your shot.
And this will be very interesting. Anyway, and in our second half, Lois Roelofs. She's a PhD and a nursing professor, and she joins us to tell us about her wonderful new book, Caring Lessons. Caring lessons, like you need caring lessons?
I do.
You should, we could write a caring lessons too, because I know a lot of guys that need caring lessons. And Caring Lessons, Lois's book, Caring Lessons, is a journey of faith and self, and this one's a real goodie, kids. So stay right where you are and don't touch that radio dial, because in the studio with us today are Mike Hunziker, my favorite guy pal, who wants to debate about white starch and sugar or something.
No.
And Jeff Myers, my wonderful co-host. And, of course, what would our show be without our very favorite YouTube camera girl, none other than Valerie the Swan. Valerie, do you watch yourself on YouTube? You got to tune in and see yourself. Please stick around, because we've got a whole lot of interesting talking and laughing lined up for you today. You're listening to the Laura Dion-Jones Show on WRMN 1410 AM. And meanwhile, back at the WRMN Ranch.
Let's talk about Dr. Claire Elias, because this is nothing to laugh at. We're talking about chiropractic care, my dear. Oh, you can giggle, sure. 2001 Larkin Avenue. You could call her at 847-888-9988. 23 years she's been a chiropractic care person right there. So, again, we learned you have arachnophobia. Is that right? What's your ailment?
I have arachnoiditis, which
Okay,
has
arachnophobia.
nothing to
It's a great
do with
movie, isn't
boa
it?
constrictors.
She's got a spider on her back, but still good posture. Perfect posture. It's the most incredible thing you've ever seen. But that's Exhibit A for Dr. Claire Elias.
You ain't right.
One note. I want to make a
We
note,
noticed
because
that.
Elgin's coming alive this Saturday. Homes for the Holidays, of course, that great Homes for the Holiday, but also Home for the Holiday. Home for the Holiday is both. They have the Gold Coast Victorians you can travel to see. All those great, on the 1000 block,
Yes,
900
yes,
block,
yes.
1100 block,
Yes, 12, 13.
Right up there, right
You
to the
look
very,
fabulous
right to
in
the stop
pink,
in the
by the
road.
way.
And that's going to be taking place noon to 5. So Homes for the Holidays. You can enjoy that this Saturday.
And we'd also like to thank snobhounds.com, a canine clothing company. Think the Nike meets Donna Karen, but for canines. And we'd also like to thank Casey Tool, an automotive specialty tool company, available through your Snap-on mobile tool distributor. And a very special thank you to Casey for making this show and all of our shows possible. And it's time for Laura's Motivational Minute with our quote of the week. So, who said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much.
Gloria Vanderbilt.
Miss Stewart.
Don't we wish?
Stewart lady.
Jim Rohn,
Oh.
American business and motivational expert. It's a good quote, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And here's what I say. If it weren't for my dear friend Lisa, I probably would have totally blown off my cardio one recent Friday. I know only too well what I have to do to maintain my weight and wellness, but as evidenced here, now you got to go read my motivational blog at elgin.bokajump.com for the rest of the story. Sometimes it just ain't easy. It's up to you whether you give in and listen to your devil demon or not. You know, the one that's telling you to go get those cheese puffs at night? That guy. I choose to be strong and continue following my path for health, fitness, and wellness by eating a plate of desserts. Just kidding. In the end, it's all that really matters is your health, fitness, and wellness. And if you don't design your own health and fitness plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what your devil demon has planned for you, Mike?
Fun times?
Not much. So please go to elgin.bokajump.com and look for my blog and read the rest of my motivational article for this week because it's getting rave reviews. And in the near future, I'll be getting my own page on Boca Jump, so we'll have lots more motivational fun in store for you. So now it's time to give a warm LDJ welcome to the host and facilitators. Say that 3 times.
I can't. I can try, but I can't.
The hosts and facilitators of the Elgin Laughter Club, better known as the Elgin Hysterical Society, Norma Copes. Welcome, Norma.
Thank you.
And Len Lempa.
Hi there.
And they're here to enlighten us on the benefits of laughter and how do we get happy and stay happy. So give us a little info on your background. Lois, you start first. Tell us what you do and...
Norma.
Right church, wrong pew.
There you go. There you go.
Lois is the next guest after the half. This is Norma Copes, who is one of the facilitators of the Elgin Hysterical Society. Let's try that again. Welcome, Norma.
Thank
Lois.
you.
That's okay. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I had the
We knew
wrong
this could happen.
guest name written in, and the guy is sitting next to me, and he glances over at my notes, and he takes a pen and he starts writing on my notes, and I'm like, "What in the heck is this guy doing?" He crossed out the wrong name and put his right name in there.
Oh, there you go. He helped you out.
He helped me out, yeah. So anyway, Norma, tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay, I am a librarian at Gail Borden Public Library. I'm an outreach specialist at the library as well as an information services librarian. But as an outreach librarian, I provide programs, adult programs, and I go out to nursing homes and other organizations and present programs.
Cool. Where'd you grow up?
Louisiana.
No way, where? I got friends down there.
Shreveport.
I know the big Mamu. I've been to Mamu. I have friends who live in Metairie, but they lived in the Garden District until things happened down there, and there was some kind of water thing going on. Now they live in Metairie. Anyway, that's wonderful.
Well, thank you.
And Len, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm a full-time I'm a social worker and actually have a very stressful job. I do intake for the behavioral health department over at Provena St. Joe's on the west side of Elgin here. I've been doing that for quite some time. And I've been a social worker for about 25 years. And I studied laughter yoga about a year ago and got into this since then. And
This is incredible.
I'm a native Chicagoan. I grew up in the city. Actually, my
Where?
wife dragged me out here, northwest side of Chicago.
Like?
Fullerton and Central.
Okay.
And when I met my wife, we moved. She was living in Barrington, and I just kind of kept going west from there.
Cool. So listen, everyone's dying to know what the Elgin Hysterical Society and Laughter Club is all about. So who wants to give us the 411 on what goes on there? You want to start, Len, or you want?
I'll go. It was my idea to start with, so I'm going to jump on this
Okay.
one, Norma. The Laughter Club is basically based on the idea that laughing is good for you, and that that we've become a society that's way too serious. It was developed back in 1995 by a guy in India named Dr. Katari. I won't go into all of that, though. That's too long of a story, I'm afraid. And the Elgin Laughter Club specifically came out of, I had somebody who taught laughter yoga do a presentation at a depression screening that the hospital sponsored at the library back in October of 2010. And the response to her presentation on laughter yoga was so positive that I said, we should start a laughter club here. And it just so happened that the library thought that was a good idea, too. And we kind of teamed up, and we've been going since last January.
Wow. It seems as an unusual program to be held in the library, like a laughter club. So
I'll let
does
Norma
the librarian
say a bit about
want to
that.
cut in on that one?
Well,
with all the going on there.
Well, actually, when I was made an outreach librarian, they asked me what I wanted to do, and I said I want to be a laughter leader. And they'd never heard of it either, but I gave them information on it, and they said, yes, it will be a fit for the library because the library is a vital part of the community, and we are concerned about the health of the community. Mm-hmm. And this is a way that we can do something to actually impact the community's health. And obviously we have other materials that can fit in with it. Every time we have a meeting, I bring some of the other material relating to laughter or health or whatever.
I think that's wonderful. How effective is laughter for losing weight? I laugh at that scale every time I get on it.
It uses a few carbs.
It burns a few carbs. See there, Mikey? More laughter will burn off those cheese balls.
I laugh a lot.
Okay.
And stop bringing up the cheese balls. I walked to go get those. I did.
Okay, and you did wash them down with a piece of string cheese, so protein.
Yeah, everybody's laughing. This is healthy.
I know. Tell us about your meetings, when they take place.
It's the second and fourth Thursday at 7 o'clock.
At Gail Borden?
At Gail Borden Public Library.
Who wants to tell us about laughter yoga? Like, do you need to know yoga to participate?
No, there's really no stretching, no contortions done at all. The main thing that, the reason it's called laughter yoga from my perspective is at least is the guy who kind of came up with the idea was in India, and yoga is kind of a big deal in India. And he was an Indian doctor, actually. And the breathing, it is definitely a cardio workout. When you laugh steadily for 20 or 30 minutes, you're going to be winded at some point.
I bet you feel like you did 1,000 sit-ups.
It can be, depending, especially if you're trying to talk in between. Norma and I probably have the hardest job in that respect because we have to talk in between laughing. But there's really no contortions. Every once in a while you'll get into a slight pose. We do something called the lion laugh, which is sort of modeled off of a yoga pose. But for the most part, I'd say the breathing and the source of where it was originated is the reason that it's called laughter yoga.
Okay. Since laughter clubs are fairly recent development, tell us how all this really began. Besides the doctor in India, I know there was a guy, Norman Cousins. Tell us quickly about him.
Well, actually, Norman Cousins is a guy who in 1964, there's a book on him. It's actually called The Anatomy of an Illness, who in 1964 was diagnosed with, he was told by his doctors that he was going to die. He had an incurable illness. And he used laughter and a few other things, and it's all outlined in the book, but laughter was a large part of it, and they pretty much described his recovery from his illness that was supposed to kill him as a laughing cure, because he actually got humorous things like candid camera outtakes, Marx Brothers movies, Three Stooges movies, and he laughed pretty much probably 8 hours a day for 3 months straight while he was holed up in a hotel, and at the end of that 3-month period, he walked out of the hotel into which he had gone in a wheelchair, and he lived an additional 30 years.
No way.
And yeah, right. His 1964 turned into 1994. He had some fun with the doctor who had told him he was going to die. I
love to have fun with my doctors like that.
And he also became a professor of medicine at UCLA College of Medicine and did a lot of research on the benefits of laughter there.
You know what? Since everyone knows how to laugh, why join a club?
Because for the most part, people don't laugh that much on their own. And one of the reasons for doing it in a group is that it's contagious. It's easier to laugh on a more extended basis if you're with other people who are laughing with you. It's a social thing. It builds a feeling of community. And, I'd say that's the major reason. And it gives people some incentive. If you're sitting in your living room laughing by yourself, you might get diagnosed.
It depends who you hang with, too. It depends who you hang with. I don't know what to say to that. I laugh a lot. We laugh in this. We laugh in this studio a lot.
We laugh all the time on the Laura Dion-Jones Show.
Tell us how a group of people begins to laugh. Do you tell jokes?
No, we don't tell jokes.
That's what we don't understand.
It's not humor-based. There's jokes or laughter that's dependent upon jokes. There's nothing wrong with it, first off. I actually laugh at jokes a lot more now than I probably used to. But it's dependent upon having a good joke or having something funny. And you guys create some humor here on your own. I can see that already. But initially, when they started laughter clubs, they were based on humor, and they ran out of jokes. And so Dr. Kataria came up with the idea of, well, we don't need jokes to laugh. We can laugh for no reason. And we do little stuff to prompt it. It's like just saying, the 3 sounds of laughter. So you go, ha, 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 ha.
So try that.
Or ho, 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 ho. And if you get a group of people doing that, or else we do wicked witch laughter.
Tell me that. So, like when you're depressed at home and you could just walk around your house and conjure up these laughs, it will.
I have a little list.
I have neighbors. I have neighbors. I just can't start doing that.
You can't?
Come on.
Well, I laugh on my way to work sometimes. There's a thing called the laughter line that the people who have been doing this have set up, where you can call into a conference call line. And it's, I put my cell phone on speaker, and I just laugh while I'm driving. And there's a bunch of people laughing with me on the phone.
Give us quickly that it's followthelaughter.com if you guys want to get on laughter every day, 20 minutes on the phone.
Can we give them the phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the phone number is 712-432-3900, and then there's a PIN of 607-1292 #.
And I will tell you something. This is no joke. This is the Laura Dion-Jones Show. I'm Laura Dion-Jones. We are talking with Norma Copes and Lempa.
Right.
And they are the two facilitators for the Elgin Hysterical Society, the Laughter Club. And what are the other benefits derived from laughter besides the benefits that we derive from the Laura Dion-Jones Show?
Well, I was going to say the first one, which I can see right here, is when you laugh together, it is a bonding process. People that laugh together get along better. It doesn't matter if you're talking about a family or a couple or an office. There are actually factories that have laughter clubs in them because it improves morale.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. So it usually makes your relationship better, because I often hear friends of mine complaining about coworkers who are grumpy, and maybe I should send them to your laughter.
We'd be glad to have them, of course.
The one thing about the Laughter Club is that it's free and open to anyone.
Mm-hmm. And I see here that it reduces pain, lowers stress levels, lowers blood pressure, raises good cholesterol, strengthens immune system, improves breathing, and it plain just makes you feel terrific, doesn't it?
Right.
When we've had good laughs. Do you present your programs other than at the library?
Oh yes, we both will go outside of our offices and present programs. Community organizations, we've both done that. I've done it. Have you done it at a church, Lynn? I've done it at church.
I've done it during the sermon at our family's church.
Basically, any organization that would be interested, we would be willing to consider it.
To go and start a laughter club, or go and give them
to
a
do a
demo?
presentation, yes.
Well, if they want to improve their overall health and improve their employee relations, quickly tell us about your laughter club laughter list here.
Okay, it's just
give me a for instance.
These are just little cheat things that I do so that I don't have to think, okay, what am I going to do next? And there's, crying laughter. It's like you cry, you sort of go, you do a physical movement. We do some different movements, and so when you're doing it, you're usually standing up, and you would sort of make a crying sound on your way down, and then we pop up with laughter. So,
so Mabel, when she's home mopping the floor, can be doing the crying on the forward push of the mop. She could be doing the crying laughter. On the backward pull of the mop, she could be doing the hysterical laughter.
Yes, that's more or less it.
Mabel.
Why are you holding your head?
I don't know.
And another one that
Mabel in the kitchen pushing her no.
Her mop.
Her mop, okay.
Well, she's got the crock pot on. The old man's coming home at 5:30. The kids are due any second. She's got to get the house in tip-top shape,
Yes,
whatever
yes,
you
yes,
call
yes.
it. She tunes into the Laura Dion-Jones Show, and we make her laugh, and we play a nice music to wash the turkey by at the end of the show. I mean, what more could you ask?
That's perfect. That's great.
So tell us something. I see on your list here, mental floss laughter.
mental floss is like you're flossing your teeth, and you just do a motion like you're flossing between your ears, your brain, and you're laughing while you're doing it. It looks really bad on videotape, though. Oh, God, here. You go, Yes, I know.
What, do you have anything else you would like to leave our listeners with?
Well,
about
actually,
the
one thing about laughing is that at the end of it, we usually go to a very quiet spot. We have kind of a relaxation thing, and as noisy and as loud as it can get for 30 or 40 minutes of laughing, at the end of it, it's almost like a meditation circle.
Cool.
It really does, if after you get that much energy out of you, you can go to a very quiet, relaxed place.